Hello.
What's up, guys? Hello, hello. How y'all doing today? Welcome back to Memory Leak, my silly little show where I bring my friends on and we kind of just talk about silly hobby stuff for like an hour and a half. And yeah, good stuff, good stuff.
Hell yeah.
Today I'm joined by my friend Roy.
Hi.
You want to introduce yourself, Bunny?
Sure, yeah. Hi, everybody. My name's Roy. I am a bunny host VTuber. I specialize in voice acting and a whole bunch of other variety content that usually involves hosting other people and doing a whole bunch of wacky inflatable arm flailing tube man related content.
Wait, but when's the wacky arm inflatable tube man model coming out?
Don't spoil it. Okay, listen.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Told you that in confidence.
I didn't mean to. I swear. You know, sometimes you just break NDA just a tiny bit, just a little
a smidge.
Yeah.
Yeah, a smidge. Un poquito.
Yeah. So hey, what's up, guys? I'll be honest. I have only had like 3 things on my brain this week, and it's mostly just like FNAF and Neopets and
that is a mood.
And a fashion game that came out yesterday.
Oh no. Oh no.
Listen. Okay, hold on. So this game was part of the Style Savvy series. Now it's called Fashion Dreamer. It's like a fashion game that was made by Nintendo, or like at least one of Nintendo's owned properties.
Sure.
And it's probably one of the better ones that exists.
Oh.
It's actually, you get to own a little fashion shop, you get to dress people up, you get to do hairstyles for people, you get to take them to nail salons, you can do fashion shows. Yeah, so.
Sure.
It's good.
Yeah, makes sense to me.
You are gonna lose me to the fashion world right after stream. In fact, I'm gonna go get it.
Oh no!
I'm just gonna.
I guess it's better than losing you to Five Nights at Freddy's again.
But I mean, I'm probably gonna be doing that at the same time though.
Yeah, you watching that 8.5 hour long lore video?
Yeah, I started it last night. I'm like 40 minutes in.
I'm like 7.5 hours in.
You're on
I just put it on for background noise while I'm doing like other things, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, basically, that's what I was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good at that video too. Listen.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, why were you? Okay, hold on.
I got you.
That
I got you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Get him. See, yeah, the thing is, we watched FNAF the other day. At least, well, Roy was there for a little bit, but I think you've already seen it before that.
Yeah,
right?
I had already seen it, so.
Yeah. So we watched the FNAF movie the other night, and the entire time I was just like, oh man, I gotta catch up on my FNAF lore. Oh man, I wonder what's been happening in the books. Like, I don't know what it is about FNAF, but for some reason, the lore is very addicting.
Yeah, because it's like you don't think it to be like super deep, because it's you know, funny jump scare bear horror spooks, you know, and like that's it. And then like you see that it's almost like an ARG or like a deep dive or an unfiction type thing, where like the story is happening in the background and not in the gameplay.
Yeah.
So you have to like really go dig for it, which is what makes it interesting. And it's like the same way that people get addicted to things like Dark Souls lore.
Yeah,
where they're like
say,
debating things.
Dark Souls and Elden Ring and stuff like that. I also watch a hell of a lot of the lore videos on those.
Yeah. I still need to watch the one for Liza P now that I finished it.
I don't know anything about Liza P. I've seen the name, but I don't know anything about it. What is it?
It is a Souls-like game, not made by the people that make Dark Souls, and it's really good. It is like Steam / electric punk-ish in like Italy. Think like 1800s, early 1900s, and yeah, it's like Bloodborne, like Triton is saying. You know, you got that Bloodborne feel to it. There's like monsters and puppets, and you know, you're trying to figure out what's going on as the city is falling apart.
Dang. Okay. Yeah, well, and I might end up going on I'm gonna go on a lore run for Liza P now too. What have you done?
It's a fun time. I mean, it's worth it.
Man.
Yeah.
I guess that explains why I saw Cherry playing it, because she only really does freaking Souls-like games.
It is a Souls-like, though. It's definitely one of the better ones that I've played. I think I actually enjoyed it more than some of the Souls games that I've played.
Is it hard?
There are certain parts that I think are like really oddly paced. I'm not a big fan of the final boss, because it felt like it's got 2 phases as a spoiler, but it felt like it was good with just phase 1. I'm like, this felt poetic, this felt good, like thematic and everything, and then phase 2 starts, and I'm like, I don't know, man. They went from like a Liza P boss to like a Bloodborne boss, and I don't have Bloodborne mechanics. Like,
yeah, okay, yeah.
So there is a parry mechanic. So if you played Sekiro, like you'll kind of be at home, because the game wants you to play aggressively.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's fair.
So, yeah.
Man, I suck at that sort of stuff though. I'm so bad with trying to be aggressive and like parry and get in there, and I'm just so careful. I hide behind things all the time.
Once I learned how it worked in Sekiro, I was like, oh, I can just beat every enemy because parry is busted. And that was it. That was it. But unfortunately with Liza P, I picked a build that I've never done before, which is like status ailments. So like, hey, they're on fire, or they're doused in acid or electricity or something like that. And the build's really strong really early. And I want to say like the last like 5 bosses or so were pretty miserable for me.
Oh God.
So, because it just feels like I did no damage, and that the status elements did nothing. So
they want you to do more direct damage than just like the damage over time stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Souls-like training arc. No.
Yes.
No.
It's time for your Souls-like training arc.
No. The problem is with most Souls-like games, they want you to play with a controller, but I hate using a controller for games that I play on my PC. I love mouse and keyboard. I don't know what it is. I can't control it as well.
Okay, we'll play it on a console then and just hook it up to a capture card.
I guess, but...
Yeah, see? Wow. Oh, no. Roy found a solution. Whatever will I do?
I only have Nintendo consoles, so...
I think Dark Souls Remastered is actually on Switch.
I think it actually is.
I think it is, yeah.
I think I could
Well, time for you to get a PS5,
Ugh.
since they're actually able to be found now.
Okay, but like, I never
All right, Kawa.
wanted...
There you go.
No, not like this. No, wait.
Where's Pigeon Moo? Where's that Sony partnership? Let's sponsor. let's get you sponsored. Get you a PS5. You'll play. I don't know. You'll play Bloodborne. There you go, because that's a Sony exclusive. There we go.
We already have a Sony sponsorship. Actually, technically, we're doing a concert today for a Sony sponsorship.
Wow, that's crazy. Can you imagine if I did that intentionally? It's almost like I knew what I was talking about.
Whoa,
yeah.
No way.
Wow, it's almost like I did my research. No, I did. So I actually did. That was supposed to be a segue, but you kind of like, listen, it was supposed to be disguised, but you were like, you know what? We're just going to talk about it out in the open.
Well, I was going to talk about it in the open because I was going to segue into, did you guys know? You didn't.
There you go.
Surprise. You didn't know. We're doing a concert tonight. You did know that part. But we're also putting out merch tonight. Surprise. Haha. Extra
wacky.
announcement. Hold on, I have a picture for it. Hold on. Give me a sec. We
I hope
are
it's everybody in like idol outfits.
not idol outfits, but they do have mics.
Okay, well listen, I'll take that.
Wait, tonight? Yes, that's right, Mana channel. We are doing a merch release tonight for the Kawa concert, where we are dropping new voice packs. Haha.
Ooh.
And they'll also
Fancy.
include little wallpapers for your phone and also your desktop with our cute little chibis, and you get a little thank you note from us.
So you're saying that I could take the KoziiChu on a nice date?
You could.
In a voice pack?
You could, technically, yeah. Well, actually, it's more like me taking you on a date, wink.
Oh, all my hopes and dreams, they're coming true.
Yeah, I know, right? I know.
You hear that, chat? You can't pass on this, okay? You can't pass on this. Keep an eye out. It's gonna be worth it.
You're segueing into my ads. It's not even chill time, Roy.
It's just the power of improv, baby.
Man.
Just the power of improv. Sometimes you just gotta go with it. You just gotta go with the flow, you know?
I hope you love the first night movie because now it's too. What? Huh? What? What are you talking about? You talking about FNAF again?
Are we watching FNAF again?
Yeah, let's do it right now. Live on stream.
Oh, perfect. All right. Let me go get my popcorn.
Yeah.
Horror,
Do a watch along.
horror.
Surprise, this is actually a watch along.
Oh, perfect. Listen, just exactly what I needed. Absolutely.
God. Oh. I like completely lost my train of thought.
Well, we were shilling, so that was pretty fun. We were shilling
yeah.
for a little bit, but aside from that, we weren't really talking about anything specific. I just keep occasionally sipping my coffee and looking at chat. So
True.
Yeah.
Roy, tell me about some hobbies you used to have.
Used to have or currently have?
Used to have some things that you used to do back in the good old days, but
I used to do parkour, which I've talked about.
Wait, really?
Actively? Yeah, I did. So when I was in high school and then fresh out of high school, I was doing little bit of a tangent. When I hit my freshman year of high school, I finally started playing sports. So like and being a pasty nerd that sat inside all day and played video games, going from that to, hey, I'm gonna play sports, and I played volleyball first. I lost a ton of weight. My body was like, whoa, you're in like the height of puberty. Here's all your muscles, like go. And then parkour was just like starting to take off a little bit because, you know, YouTube was really starting to pop off and everything.
Yeah, I was doing those parkour videos.
yeah. And so I want to say it was like my junior or senior of high school. I ended up doing I ended up like finding like a parkour group in my area and learning it. I was in the best shape of my life, and that's part of the reason why I stopped, because people say hardcore parkour and they think it's the funniest. They think it's the funniest joke in the world. That's me. And we haven't heard it 1,000 times.
That's me.
It's literally over a decade old joke. Let it die. It's not funny anymore.
If I have one boomer trait that I cannot give up, it's me going hardcore parkour all the time for no reason.
I hate it.
If I do one single jump in Minecraft, I'm like hardcore parkour.
I hate it so much. We need to get you some new jokes.
It's the one boomer joke I won't give up on. Okay, you know how millennials keep getting made fun of because we were like in the era of like Doge stuff and like
much wow,
heckin' boyo and all of that sort of stuff. Yeah, much wow. Yeah. I stopped all of that stuff, but yeah, I can't give up hardcore parkour. Never.
I don't know if I want to keep talking about this one. Jeez.
You can't.
I'm gonna be made fun of.
No,
I'm gonna be made fun of constantly. I hate it here. I absolutely hate it here.
No, it's fine. You're fine.
All right. So found a group of people to do parkour with. I was in the best shape of my life, like by a wide margin. I'm talking like shredded. I had I think the best I had was like a 4-pack. But I was doing all this stuff. I was doing, backflips, side flips. We went and did some charity work and cleaned up a couple parks and then did parkour at them.
That's
but
cool.
Unfortunately, I want to say it was like 2 years out of high school, I ended up injuring myself.
Oh no.
And I had to stop for like 3 months, and I just never got back into it.
Damn.
Yeah, because it made a pretty big mental block, because the thing that I was doing was like a really simple generic trick. It's called a Kong, which is you put your hands flat onto a surface and you kind of like propel yourself forward and tuck your knees up to your chest to kind of like vault over something. And I was trying to see how far I could go, like in a gym. So I was like practicing and everything, and it was air quotes safe because padded floors and everything like that. But I kept trying to go farther and farther and land like on a target to get like better at it and everything like that. And the last time that I did it, my feet clipped the box and I lost control in the air. And I tried to brace my fall with my arm, and because of the angle that I hit it at, my arm snapped up like in towards my chest.
Oh, God.
And I like ripped the tendon that like connects your elbow to your arm.
Oh,
like where
God.
it bends.
Oh, no.
So I could not unbend my arm for like 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
Yeah, I can also see how that injury would leave like a lasting hesitancy to do it again. Yeah.
Yeah, and because it's such a basic trick that is so important in parkour, it kind of like ruined it for me. Like I kept trying to go back like to do the tricks again. And every time I would, in the back of my head, immediately as I would go for it, it would be like, you're going to get hurt.
Oh, God.
So
Yeah, because it's such a baseline thing that it's like
Yep.
everything else is way worse. So, oh
Mhm.
man, oh god, I'm sorry.
Hey, listen, it happens. It happens. There's other ways to stay in shape. And I mean, there's plenty of parkour gyms now. So if I ever really want to get back into it, I'm sure that I could go find a place to do it. You know?
That's true. Weirdly enough, they started like putting a ton of parkour stuff in gyms after.
Yeah.
I think after like the 2010s or so.
Yeah.
It felt like. And then they started
Yeah.
getting like the rock climbing walls all the time and like the
Yeah.
parkour setups and everything. Yeah, I see those everywhere now.
Yeah, I feel like it definitely took off a lot more because I think people started realizing there's more to like gym life than just lifting weights.
Yeah.
There's like all the body weight induced stuff.
Yeah.
Which is much more my cup of tea because I'm much more about like the lean musculature than I am like the beefy arms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
So
Yeah. Nah, I kind of had a similar experience though. Back in high school, I was in color guard, which is basically part of a marching regiment. It's like
that's like the flag twirlers. And
the people who have the flags. Yeah.
Yep.
But we also did our own like competitions called Winter Guard competitions, where it was just like the color guard. So Winter Guard usually had a lot more dance in it. It usually had a lot more high action, high intensity stuff. We could toss things a lot higher because we were indoors for the winter season, so we didn't have to worry about like wind blowing and messing us up or anything like that. So you have to account for that sort of stuff when you're on the field.
Yeah. Wind. Ooh.
First of all, one thing I'll say is that I hit my head so many times in color guard. I don't know if I have like lasting damage from it, but you know.
Do a color guard dent.
I had a
in your
horn.
forehead.
I had a horn
A
for
horn?
like 2 weeks. Yeah, no, one of my flags, one of my like big flags landed directly on my forehead, and I just had like a horn on my forehead for like 2 weeks.
Oh my god.
Someone else that I know though, their flag landed on their mouth and chipped their tooth in half.
Whoa!
So
how does that happen? Were they trying to catch it with their mouth?
It was the wind, because usually
Listen,
whenever
it's
that
color
happened,
guard. It's not make out guard, you know.
Usually whenever it happened, it was like the wind blew it a little bit. You were supposed to be able to account for it, but like it was a little bit tough to gauge the wind, especially if it like just suddenly became stronger. So sometimes it would just land on our head or like in front of us or etc. And yeah, it landed on this person's mouth.
Oh my god, I am absolutely screaming.
Remember the guard people always had random bruises and headbutts. Yeah.
Yep. I feel that.
Yep. But I was the
definitely get
same.
that.
I got into it just like with my nerdy self, and then I started. They did running laps, we did push-ups, we did crunches, we did dance all the time. It was like high intensity stuff.
Sure.
And then I think it was around my senior year or like right before my senior year, I started getting like these thumb pains. Because when you're twirling, especially like rifle twirling, because the rifles are a lot smaller and stuff, you're supposed to it's kind of like a West Coast, East Coast thing. We had an instructor that was from the West Coast at first who did it a different way, but the East Coast instructor told us to wrap your thumb around the rifle when you were spinning it. So, doing that repeated motion for several months at a time fucked my thumb up.
Ah, there it is.
Yep. So I went to the doctor, and yeah, I had the beginnings of thumb arthritis.
Holy crap!
I was like in high school, and that was sudden. He was like, "Yeah, you need to quit," and I was like, "I'm not. It's my senior year. I'm not quitting now."
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Holy crap! That is terrifying.
Yep. Oh, and then at the same time,
I had that happen, but
I learned that I have exercise-induced asthma back then too.
Hey, I do too.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't had an attack since I was doing parkour, but like
yeah, I haven't since I was doing color guard, because it's only when it's like high intensity exercise, especially like cardio stuff. Yep. Oh
my god.
People thought it was fake. Whenever I tell them that, they're like, "Yeah, no, you're just out of shape." No. I'm not out of shape. I'm really in shape, or at least I was at the time.
Yeah.
But Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you can get that. Yeah. When you exercise specifically with like cardio stuff, you get an asthma attack. Yeah.
Yeah, I did it. I had one in high school when I was in. So when you hit junior year in my high school, you got the choice between just taking gym, or weight room. And if you took weight room, it would also replace health class because you were actively learning about like muscle groups and things like that. So they were like, that's like enough, because like freshman year and sophomore year are like, you know, like sex ed and things like that. So they were like, you learned the important stuff. You can just go do weight room. So we were doing like this workout circuit, and I remember at the end of it, like I just could not catch my breath for like 20 minutes. Like I literally was just like, I just can't breathe. Yep. So.
Oh, it was even worse. I went to World Championships actually with my color guard. And that was in Ohio. And you know, usually I live in California, so I live in hugely smoggy areas, especially because I lived in LA County back at the time. So I was in smog constantly. I went to Ohio. It was like in Dayton, Ohio was the World Championships. So incredibly fresh, clean air. It was like right in the springtime, so like right after the snow and stuff. Super nice. I was there for a week. I came back and I was dead.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, I could not breathe nearly as well. And it sucked because we still had to do championships like here. We did world championships, but we hadn't done like our local championships yet.
Yeah.
So I was fucked up. And like, I remember my instructor at the time kept just screaming at me about it and was like, you need to get your shit together. You can't be like that. Like, we have championships in like a week. And it was like,
it's not your fault. Like,
I don't know what to tell you. I was just crying.
Oh, geez, that sucks. That absolutely sucks.
Yeah. You were just there? Wait, were you really? Nice.
Hey, small world.
Everything is Ohio, even California. What do you mean?
Surprise. Just when you think you're out of Ohio, bam, back in Ohio.
Oh, God. Also,
That's
wait.
how Jersey feels.
I went to Ohio in the spring, right? It was like completely opposite from what I normally experienced in California, because California is like mountains everywhere and then dead grass. Ohio was like bright, vibrant green grass, flat plains, and then at the time, all of the trees were covered in white flowers.
That's cute, actually.
Yeah.
That sounds really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, high school aside.
Yeah.
I guess that is an activity I used to do that I don't do anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Anything else? God. I mean, like, there's stuff that I do still. Like, that's the hard thing.
Yeah, you can do stuff that you do still too.
I guess voice acting is the big one I'm still like working on.
Same.
I haven't pushed it as much as I used to, because I've just been so busy with everything else, and finding auditions is really hard. Like I've trained and I still practice and I still do warm-ups and activities and things like that, but like actually finding like a way to regularly audition for things is hard. And I'm scouring Twitter, I'm like throwing my reel at people, but I'm not even getting to the point where like I'm able to audition. And that's what I'm like, just someone help me find the way to do this. I feel like it's a closely guarded secret. Like I'm trained to practice. Someone just tell me where I can go. I don't even need to like get the role. How do I audition? Yeah,
just let me get in there and try. Just let me make the attempt. Yeah.
Because I can take failure. Like that's fine. If I fail, I know I can improve and get better from there. But the thing that kills me is not even getting the chance to like try. And unfortunately, I've had a lot of people that I've met recently, like at like conventions and things like that, when I've been asking them about it, they've been like, oh yeah, usually my agent just gives me like auditions and things like that. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do if I don't have an agent? Like, what am I supposed to do? How do I get to that point? And they're like, well, you know, like, I don't know, look at Twitter, I guess. And I'm like,
oh no.
They unfortunately don't know, and it's not their fault, in the same way that like when you ask content creators nowadays, like, oh, like, what do I do to grow? And you're talking to like, you know, like the XQCs or the Markipliers or anybody like that. They're like, oh, this is what I did. And the game has changed.
Yeah, it's like completely useless now.
Yeah, unfortunately. There still is good advice though in like because I've worked with Hayden a lot, Hayden Davio, and a lot of their advice has just been like, hey, like take courses, you know, take the work that you can get, you know, work on stuff even if you're not getting auditions, which unfortunately I haven't been because I've just been so busy with so many other things. But yeah, it's just keep going is kind of the thing. Like even if you're not like auditioning for roles, do something.
Yeah.
So they give really good advice in that sense.
Yeah. Yeah, because then at least you're getting something out there, and you're putting your name on something, growing your portfolio and stuff like that. Yeah.
Someone might eventually hear you, kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I might make that a stream bit. I've actually been debating that recently. Are you familiar with Casting Call Club?
No, I'm not. So
there's a website. I'm gonna pull it up right now. I'm gonna pull up my voice acting Google Chrome browser. So Casting Call Club is a website, and I'm gonna DM it to you. Is a website that like people will just post there like, hey, I need a voice actor for this. It's not always paid. Sometimes it is, but it's very much a like, don't expect like this isn't you're gonna get into an anime. This isn't you're gonna be like a lead role. These are usually like
indie
projects.
Games and stuff like that, kind of.
Not even necessarily indie games, but usually just like this person is like a one-man team just looking for voice actors, and they need them like volunteers, you know,
gotcha,
like that kind of thing.
Gotcha.
So you just kind of audition for things, and I was actually debating bringing this up for like a what's it called? Like I auditioned for like 40 roles on stream, and we do it like every 2 weeks or something like that.
You should do it.
I think I will. I think I did it like once or twice before, and it did not terrible. But yeah, that is a hobby that I need to pursue more.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you should also do.
Fun.
I know Ophi does like these streams where she tries to voice act as like certain characters and tries to like copy the voices and stuff like that. You could do stuff like that too.
I mean, yeah. That is something I also used to do back in the day, and then I kind of fell away from it because I just got busy. I also ran out of games that I wanted to do it with, because like I did it with Ace Attorney, and then I finished the Ace Attorney trilogy. So now I've kind of just been like, all right, where's another visual novel that doesn't have voice acting in it that I can voice the entirety of the game? You know?
Yeah, it's kind of hard because a lot of them do have some voice acting in them now.
Yeah, like Rain Code. The game that came out on Switch by the people that made Danganronpa.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna not be voice acted, or like a partial voice acting, like how Danganronpa did, and it's the entire freaking game.
Really?
It's voice acting, except for like side like little like small investigative notes. Like the rest of it's entirely voice acted, and I'm like, I mean, like I'm having fun and I'm enjoying it, but like I want to voice act.
I want to do it. Where's my part?
Put me in, coach. I'm ready.
Just play a voiced RPG on mute? I mean, you could just put it on mute, technically.
I don't know, because the issue with that is like I want to be respectful of the people that put in the work for the game.
True.
So like if there are voices in the game, I'm gonna let them play. Like I gotta put respect on that. Like some of my like English voice acting, especially recently, I feel like has really leveled up. I feel like 2020 was around the real big turning point for video games where I really saw it like especially pop off. Or even a little bit before that. I guess maybe 2018.
Yeah.
You know, we had like Yuri Lowenthal in Spider-Man did amazing. We had Kaiji Tang in Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Yep.
Just freaking incredible roles. Basically the entire cast of FF7 Remake, especially Barrett's voice actor, whose name always escapes me, but like so many incredibly talented voice actors have really been shining. And I think it's also the writers and like the translators, because they're stopping going for like the literal translations and they're localizing instead.
Yeah, they're actually like putting some effort in to try and make it make sense in other languages.
Yeah,
or
they have the budget
to convey
too.
The same reasoning. Yeah.
Yeah, it especially shows that in like Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Yeah,
because it was I think the first time since like Yakuza 1 and 2 on the PS2 that we had English VA for Yakuza. It's always been in Japanese prior to that, and it was handled with such care and respect, and the ending scene still gets me like emotional. Kaiji was my god, he's a freaking masterclass, honestly.
I'm glad the dubs are getting more attention, honestly, because it felt like for a long time it was kind of just like tossed out there and like really lazy, like simplified sort of both the dialogue and then also some of the voice acting, because it didn't seem like people really knew how to convey the characters very well. But
a lot of the time, from what I've learned at least, a lot of it comes down to directing, but also time and money. Because like I've seen amazingly talented voice actors like underperform, and 9 times out of 10 it's not their fault. It was the direction that they were given, or specifically the team that were backing the game wanted a character to sound a certain way. You know, like I think Matt Mercer is a perfect example of this situation happening time and time again. He's the if you guys watch Critical Role, he's the DM for that. He's also Crom in Fire Emblem. He's
amazing.
He's Core in FF15. Like he's now gonna be Vincent in FF7 remake or the rebirth. But like Matt has the Matt voice, which is his usual speaking tone and probably what he's best at acting in. However, if you ever watch Critical Role or any of the D&D sessions that he puts on, you know he's a man of like a bajillion voices, and he does them all really well, and they're all convincing and fun and just great. He's an amazing voice actor. But unfortunately, like I feel like a lot of the time I hear him or I recognize him. Yeah, Yosuke in Persona 5, thank you. He gets typecast so much with that voice.
Yeah,
with
just
the
for his
Yosuke
normal,
voice.
Yeah.
Yep. And a lot of the time it's either directors wanting to play it safe, or even sometimes it's just, hey, like, we know this is what you're best at. We just want you at your best. And you probably could do like something else better. But we got to make sure we give the best out there. So I feel like we're finally starting to get other people.
They're testing the waters.
Yeah.
But then there's
like,
also the freaking AI stuff that's been popping up now. Did you see that
nightmare.
game that was using AI voices to like basically to do commentary over matches or something like that?
I heard about it. I didn't look into it just because anytime I smell anything that's like drama related, that's not like directly like I can support or like back or like kick back against something. I've been like, I'm staying away from that. But I did hear about this specifically. Oh yeah, I should be. You should see my Twitter feed. My Twitter feed is like, I have muted and blocked so many things. It's just like spicy anime art of like my friends, people posting their W's, and like I don't know.
Chilling.
Memes.
Recently, I've gotten a lot of cat memes and cat pics on my Twitter. It's great. Fun Yosuke, really distracting. Every time I just expected him to go, how do you want to do this?
Yeah.
Really?
How do you want to do this? You know, one of those.
Yeah.
But yeah, so voice acting has been a huge hobby of mine, and I'm trying to figure out ways to bring it back and jump into more projects. And I think, you know, the even though I said it jokingly, I think the idea of auditioning live for like casting call would be fun.
Yeah. Have you looked into the idea of like doing audiobook reading for some people?
I have, but usually like I don't have a ton of time to do it. Like I can dedicate some time to it, but I know if I did audiobooks, it would be a lot more of it would take a lot of time, and I don't know if I would have that time.
It does take a lot of time. I'm asking because I also really like voice acting stuff, but I've been really like hesitant to get into most voice acting things because I don't know, I'm self-conscious. I don't feel like I'm that good at it.
Do it. You just gotta do it. Doesn't matter.
I know.
If you convince others you're good, hey, there you go.
Yeah, and then also just doing it will also get you practice, and then you'll become better at it. You don't have to worry. I know, but self-consciousness. Either way, though. My best friend is an author. He just put out his first book and had somebody do an audiobook reading for it. But he's working on his second one right now, and he's planning to make the protagonist of the second one a female protagonist. So he was considering having me do the audiobook reading for him.
Ooh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, but that's a big project too.
It is. Yeah. I've kind of like panicked away from doing audiobook readings. I think mostly because I've talked to a couple other voice actor friends that have done them in the past, and they're a nightmare because like it's like 700 pages of you recording something, and then someone asks you to like re-record an entire page, and it's like a month-long project of back and forths of nightmarish nonsense.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh god, I don't wanna deal with that. I got other stuff to do. I want to be a an internet funny bunny.
Yeah, it would definitely be on top of like other projects at the same time. So I'm a little bit worried about it, but at the same time, I feel like it would be a really good project to just try out for once. Just like give an attempt at doing a whole heckin' audiobook. I feel like it's the only chance I'd probably get to do that sort of thing. So I'll probably try it. Yeah. I'll probably
might as well,
give it an attempt.
You never know what's gonna happen until you do it. You might end up loving it. You might end up, popping off because of it. You might as well. You never know.
But like leading up to that, I want to do more voice acting stuff before that point. I wanted to do more voice acting this year in general, but now it's only, teehee, 1 month until the end of the year.
Yeah, I unfortunately had that same thing because like this is the first year that I took courses. January I took like a foundations course which lasted like a month, and then for the next like 3 or 4 months after that I was with Richard Horvitz, which was great, and he opened my eyes a lot to embracing stories and a different way to like analyze how to read and how to react and how to interpret characters and how to read lines and things like that, but especially the story and play pretend. But I feel like I have not been able to utilize that, and it is probably one of my biggest disappointments of this year. Or regrets that I didn't do more voice acting stuff despite finally doing training, just because I got so busy with literally everything else.
Yeah, it's been a busy ass year, honestly.
It has been.
For like everybody I know, everybody's been like doing projects and merch and going to all the cons and networking, and it's been crazy. But yeah, no, I'm gonna try and do some more smaller voice acting work leading up into that. Since he's working on his book still, I have some time. It took him about a year to write his first one. He's doing NaNoWriMo right now, which actually he did NaNoWriMo last year, and that was how he started off his book at first.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and participate in it a little bit because I need to get into the habit of writing my own ASMR scenarios or like RP scenarios.
That's a good way to do it.
Yeah. I'm trying to find the time.
Oh dang, maybe I'll do some writing this month.
There you go.
Just a bit at least.
But a smidge, un poquito.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I want to do some scenarios anyways. There you
go.
I told you guys that we're doing voice packs tonight. They actually may be out already on our merch site if you guys want to
Let's go to
take a look.
Kawa's merch site.
I have a merch link for you guys that should pop up. I think that leads to my page directly, but if you click around the site a little bit, you should be able to get to the main merch page, and it might have our stuff already out.
It is out.
So yeah, if you guys want to check out our voice packs that we did, we all worked pretty hard on them and stuff. But no, I was working on mine, and I was sitting there like, man, I kind of want to do more of these just in general, because I mean it's a good way to write out scenarios and then act them and put some extra like characterization and stuff. I actually wrote a script that was kind of like a horror-ish sort of lore thing.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
I haven't done it yet. I was thinking about doing it for Halloween, but everything last month was like a mess, so I wasn't really able to at the time. But I might do it sometime soon and stick it on my channel. I would want to do like a couple of art pieces for it too, I think.
Sure.
So, yeah.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah, but so I'm gonna try and do more voice acting stuff myself in the coming months, and then hopefully by the time my best friend's book is done, I'll be ready to attempt to do an audiobook. I don't know, we'll see.
Well, I think that'll be great. I'm excited to see and hear what you end up doing. I'm sure it'll be great.
Yeah, I'm excited at least. Yeah.
Have you considered getting into singing at all?
I've done a little bit of singing. I do want to do more singing too, actually. My problem actually with singing is that I'm a ridiculous perfectionist, and for some reason I keep feeling like I need to have a music video out when I do a song, and I know that's not the case. I know that's not true.
Yeah.
People don't do music videos with every single song they do, and yet...
Yeah, sometimes it's just a piece of, splash art.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing for mine, so...
Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm actually planning to do more singing in the next couple of months too.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Do you know what song you're gonna be doing yet, or is it kind of still you need to decide what you want your cover to be?
There's a couple of them that I've been talking about with my chat a bit. There were 2 songs that actually were part of the reason that I became an alpaca. They were both Vocaloid songs. One is called ARPK, and the other one is called Leave in Summer, Yet You're in Her Thoughts.
Okay.
And they're both just alpacas, and they're about alpacas and about like getting sheared and stuff like that.
Okay.
But,
I mean, yeah, pop off. Go do you.
Yeah, I want to do those, and then I also want to do. There is a another neat Vocaloid song that got made actually only a couple of months ago called Lollipop. And they put out like the backtracking, they put out harmony guides, they put out like everything for it. So,
gotta love that.
Yeah, thank God for Vocaloid producers, honestly.
I feel that. I was gonna say, working with my my audio engineer for my first cover, it didn't have an instrumental version, nor did it have like official sheet music with like harmonies or like the scale that it was in. So they had to do a lot of work on their end, and they literally were like, hey, we can't do this again.
Oh,
like,
no.
And luckily the next song that I'm learning, I have all of that stuff.
Yeah.
I have the instrumental, I've got the sheet music, I've got the accompanying harmonies, I've got like the the BPM, like I'm ready this time. I have everything.
Yeah. The first song that I put out a cover song of Summertime with my friend Cicella a couple months ago. And the first time that I did a cover song was then, and she kind of controlled most of it, and she knew to get harmony guides. She knew that we needed to separate the lyrics out a little bit better than they already were and stuff like that. She did a lot of that work. So like, thank God, because now I have kind of an expectation of stuff that I actually need to do.
There you go. Yeah, it's wild to think about all the stuff that you have to do to prep a cover. Because it's like, you're like, of course I have to sing, and then you have to find someone to like audio engineer the singing, but then it's like, okay, well, I need to turn this into a video somehow. So then you need someone that could turn it into a video, but then usually you also want like a piece of splash art, and it's like, okay, well, now I need like to commission like 3 or 4 people.
Yeah.
And then if somebody else needs to jump in to gather all the other stuff, maybe like it is oh my God, there's just so much.
Yep. Yeah, that's part of what like kept me from doing stuff for a while, but I mean, yeah, I just need to like shove a piece of splash art up and put out cover songs, because realistically that's all I need. If I want to do a music video later, I can. Yeah,
of course. Yeah, I don't think music videos are necessarily needed for every piece of music that everybody puts out there. I mean, of course they can. When you look at other other creators that do music videos, like looking at Rikami, like I feel like he switches back and forth between just a still image and animation, or even like Niji people or Hollow people. I feel like I see it back and forth as well. I know Kage was like that too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I don't need it for everything. I just gotta do it. I mean, it's the same thing as like voice acting. Just gotta do it. Just gotta get out there.
You just gotta
just do it.
Make your dream. Anyway, sorry. Listen, I don't know what came over me. It's crazy, wild, wacky, inflatable.
You're just reciting the truth.
Sure, true. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a mantra.
It's like a mantra. Yeah, absolutely.
Also, somebody asked me, is that vitiligo in your ears? No, but I do have vitiligo. Maybe I should put some on my model.
Maybe they meant me.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So mine is not. A lot of people think that I have it on my face because of like the discoloration, like in my cheeks and everything.
Yeah.
We kind of just did it as like a coffee stain.
Gotcha.
But it's just heavy freckling, like.
Yeah.
That just kind of discolored the skin, and a lot of people are like, "Well, that's what vitiligo is." And I'm like, "No, it's not."
No,
Because
it's
my sister IRL looks like I do right now in terms of like face. So it's very much a like I've seen it not affect it like that. So.
Yeah, I don't have it affecting my face. I have it affects my my feet, my thighs, like my inner thighs. It actually came and went on the inside of my fingers at some point, which was a little bit weird. And then also under my armpits. Basically anywhere that the sun doesn't shine.
Got it. Yeah, you gotta get that vitamin D.
Yeah. But it's like, yeah. And it's not darker, it's lighter.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it affects people differently.
Yeah. Bang your head to the...
Cool. Yeah, bang your head to freckles. Yes! We love freckles here.
Yeah!
We do love freckles here. Absolutely.
Heck yeah.
Absolutely. So that's singing, that's voice acting. What else you got going on recently?
Well, I mean, like I said, my brain has just basically been FNAF and fashion games all week. I've been looking at all of the FNAF lore again, and like comparing the movie ever since we watched it to the actual like lore stuff, and trying to see what matches up and what doesn't.
No, it's a completely separate like retelling of some canon events, but like mostly its own telling of everything that does not coincide at all.
Yeah. No, I was thinking about it a lot because like when you're watching the movie, you're like, this isn't what the games were like. Like I know freaking Serena kept being like, this isn't how the games were.
Yeah. Oh my god. Watching with Serena was so fun because I saw her tweet something recently that was like me and then my reaction or something like that, and it was like a bunch of lines, and I was like, well, this isn't loud enough. This can't be.
Yeah, no, it's not loud enough.
No, I love
say
Serena.
more.
Serena's great. Yeah, absolutely. No, I love her. Serena's great.
Yeah, I love her too. But yeah, no, I was like, yeah, it doesn't really match up with the game lore much. I think a lot of it is partially because they were trying to get people in that had only played like Security Breach.
I think so.
Yeah, they did some of that stuff. And then I feel like they also just kind of looked at the games and looked at the lore, and they were like, none of this is obvious. Like, we can't just do the plot of the game. If we did the plot of the game, none of this would make sense.
Oh my god. Yeah, it is. They definitely tried to appeal to a wider audience, and they definitely were trying to appeal to somewhat of the Security Breach crowd. It made some situations a little awkward. I had fun with it, but that movie was like, I think I said this while we were watching it the other night, where you know when a movie's not good, but you know it's a great time when you can just shut up and have fun with it.
Yeah.
And that's how I felt, because like I love the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie from 1995. Is that movie good? Hell no. Is that movie fun? Hell yeah. I love that movie. It's so quotable. It's so goofy. Oh, I freaking love it.
Yeah, it's okay to just watch something for fun sometimes. I feel like that's the same with a lot of video game movies, though, because most of them, they don't really have much of the true lore or anything to them. They're just kind of like, this is for the fans. We're doing this for fun.
Oh yeah. 100% agree with you there. Yeah, there's a lot of situations like that. I actually feel like we've lost that a little bit with some movies recently, where like they're so focused on trying to be like Oscar bait or like telling something compelling, they lost kind of what it means to be fun. And funny thing, I think Marvel has kind of like fallen into that a little bit, where some of their more recent outings have just not been fun because they've been so focused on, well, we have a story that we have to tell, and they don't know how to tell it fun, you know?
Yeah.
I will say though, Loki season 2 is a banger. Better than the first season, probably one of the best, if not the best Disney Plus season of like the Marvel shows.
Heck.
Oh, it's so good. Last episode comes out next week. So
I'll have to watch it. I also have to catch up on Ahsoka because I've been watching that with my best friend.
I haven't watched it yet.
That one's also really good, but it is also it's another one that's like dark and deep and gritty and not really like for fun. I feel like that's a problem that keeps happening in games too.
Yeah, like games can be fun, but like I know very recently a lot of games have been coming out that are like really I think someone said it in chat, mired in lore, where it's like they're trying really hard to tell a compelling story, and they kind of like lose themselves in the seriousness of the story that they're trying to tell instead of just having fun. And I think that's where, I know we talked about it a little bit before, I think that's where Lies of P does a really good balance. Because there are some times where like you are following a narrative, unlike like Dark Souls, where like I feel like all of the lore is like in documents or like you exploring and things like that. But there is an actual story happening to you that is narratively driven in Lies of P. And it makes it, sometimes it's goofy, sometimes it's silly, sometimes it's really serious, sometimes it's really dark, but like you can go and find a lot of this stuff and interact with it in the world, and it feels good in that sense, because there are times where like it doesn't feel like they've taken themselves too seriously. It seems like they're just, let's have fun, let's tell a story that's fun and compelling, let's go.
Yeah. No, I feel like a lot of games recently just they kind of get stuck in this, like, I need to tell an epic, like, thriller, like, novel. This needs to be like Lord of the Rings, like, high fantasy. So, like, compelling and beautiful. And I played Toe Jam and Earl recently with one of my friends. That was, like, one of the funnest things that I've played in a while. And it was just a dumb thing where it's just like a couple of guys, little aliens that got stuck on a planet, and my pants really fell down a lot. And
they are genuinely just like vibing and having a good time kind of thing.
There was a hula girl, and every time I walked up to her, I started hula dancing, which was kind of a problem because other monsters could come up and hit me.
Oh my God. I love that.
If my story should be epic, I played Toe Jam and Earl.
True. Listen, sometimes you just gotta jam it out. You know what I mean?
For real.
It's just the way to do it. Nah, the goofy stuff I've been really enjoying recently. I mean, like, look at Suika. Like, Suika held the internet by the balls for like a solid couple weeks there, and like even now, people can still post like their scores and their high scores and everything like that, and they're still competing with each other. Like, it's just silly fruit game.
Well, have you noticed like the trend with some of the most popular games in recent years? I mean, there was Suika. There was also oh god, that one animal game that everyone was playing where
Party Animals?
Not Party Animals, but that one too. It was one that was like animals going up against each other. It's like a turn-based combat sort of thing. I forget what it was called, but Ludwig played it a bunch. There was also
oh, Auto Pets?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the one. Auto Pets, Super Auto Pets, there we go. Super Auto Pets was really big. Suika is really big. I mean, freaking Among Us, of course. Fall Guys. Like, even Elden Ring, technically. Elden Ring has a story, but most of the game, you were just going through and you're just doing stuff.
Yeah, a lot of people I know really vibed with that. It's funny because I actually don't like the storytelling like that.
Really?
I much prefer it to be a little bit more straightforward. Like, not that it can't be like, hey, you have to go digging for it, but like
straightforward enough.
I wish there was more of a, like, Sekiro had same company, you know, same team and everything like that.
I do really like Sekiro. I think Sekiro is my favorite game from them.
Bloodborne and Sekiro are my top two. So
fair.
It's like, I don't know. I wish more of like the FromSoft games had a little bit more of a narrative push like Sekiro did, because Sekiro I felt invested.
Yeah.
But like I didn't like. I eventually felt invested in Bloodborne, but like Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3, I didn't care about anything that was going on. It was just, I guess I'm coming here and I'm fighting a boss. I guess I'm coming here and I'm fighting a boss. I guess I'm coming here and I'm fighting a boss.
Well,
damn, man.
Did you hear why the story was done like that?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so basically, the creator he read a lot of foreign books, a lot of like foreign novels and like fantasy stories and stuff like that. But because they were foreign, he couldn't actually grasp all of the story elements. He picked out bits and pieces of things that he actually understood that were going on. And so he also built up some of what was happening in his head and like made up some of it himself to fill in the blanks. And then he was like, I really liked that method of storytelling. I actually really enjoyed that. So he tried to take that experience and put it into gameplay and make it sort of like you're not really understanding everything. You're getting bits and pieces of it here and there, and then you kind of have to fill in the blanks.
Yeah. I don't need like 30,000 cutscenes to explain story to me, but I'm like, can we get like
something,
a couple more,
yeah,
like a little bit more than what you're giving? Just literally, just I think Sekiro is the perfect middle ground, because like you're in a played, lived-in world where you can still go and explore and like find out about the story and things that are happening in other countries and things like that. but there's still a story for you if you're not actively looking for that.
Yeah, yeah, because you don't really get much of a story if you're not looking for it in like Dark Souls and stuff. Yeah.
But that's the thing is Sekiro compelled me to go look for those things. Because I was having so much fun with the narrative that I was like, all right, well now I want to know more about what happened.
Yeah,
you know
like
what I mean?
what was up with this person? I want to go figure out more about him. Yeah, yeah.
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 I'd be like that, unfortunately.
Yeah, but unfortunately people like the other method a little bit more because
unfortunately
they don't have to think about it.
Oh,
for
man,
some
I mean,
reason.
like, there's that one. Let me see if I can find him. There's that one YouTube channel that literally like their whole thing is they do like Soulsborne lore.
Oh yeah, Vati video.
Yeah, them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I like them because I
time.
remember watching their stuff forever ago. Oh, cool. They have one for Elden Ring too.
Yeah, they do.
I wonder if they did. They didn't do Lies of P, did they?
Oh, did they?
No, they haven't.
Ah, damn.
I know some people have already started diving into it. I feel like that'll be what they dive into, but I'm surprised I haven't seen it from them.
I think they're
honestly.
still working on Elden Ring.
I mean, probably. That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. Wasn't an Elden Ring DLC coming out at some point?
I think it's still being worked on, but that's about all I know. Because I didn't finish Elden Ring.
Literally, there was an article about it a day ago. Apparently, it's gonna release some point next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not I quit Elden Ring pretty early.
Really?
I was really overwhelmed. I'm not a big fan of open world games like that.
Ah, okay. That's
and fair. I felt so overwhelmed when I first like started the game. I killed like the first boss on the horse. And I found like a cave that had like a cat sphinx thing. And that's about all I did. And I was just like, I didn't feel compelled to go explore because the story didn't like compel me to go explore. I didn't have like railroads of where I was supposed to go. They were literally like, here's this giant open world, go. And I'm like, well, you gave me like 40,000 options and I don't want to do any of them. None of them seem appealing to me because you didn't set like a story.
Yeah,
up
like what am I doing? Why am I doing it? Like what's going on? and I get why people like it. Trust me, I really do. But holy crap, being like, all right, the Elden Ring, the ring to rule them all, go. I'm like, huh? What? Huh? The Elden Ring, Roy. The Elden Ring.
Listen, I don't care. I'll go play Funny Puppet Game with Lies of P and just. I'll enjoy that over it.
Go play Watermelon Game.
Yeah, I'll go play Suika every day. The lore in that, so deep, so straightforward.
So satisfying.
Knock your socks off, let me tell you.
Suika puts out its lore update.
Oh my god. Only perfect.
Heard Ahsoka is so good. Ahsoka is so good. Honestly, if you guys haven't seen it yet, you should watch Ahsoka.
I will eventually. I really liked Andor. Andor, I think, is still the best piece of Star Wars media we've had in the past decade, like hands down.
I can't get over the Han Solo movie.
Like enjoying it or not enjoying it?
No, I love it.
Oh, okay.
It's
fun.
Just so I don't know. I guess it's kind of the same thing as like all of the movies being taking themselves too seriously. That one didn't. So I think I liked it best because it just didn't.
Yeah, it was nice because they told a rogue's story as opposed to like, oh, by the way, they're also secretly a Jedi. I feel like that's the issue that people always run into with Star Wars related media is they're like, hey, by the way, here's the Force in some capacity and a Jedi or a Sith, and it's like, no, like just there's so many other interesting things you can do in Star Wars without needing a Jedi or without needing a Sith or anything like that.
To be fair, Ahsoka is entirely about Jedi stuff.
I understand that, but Ahsoka's also like, she's loosely tied to the trilogies.
She is, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because
she was in Clone Wars, yeah, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Clone Wars. So like I'm more interested in her than I would be like if they made like a show about Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
You know? I'm much more interested in her than I would be, anything else.
Yeah. I feel like a game that gives you fun, accessible lore is way better than mandatory epic lore that requires walls of text. True, in a way. I don't know. I like sometimes getting like those big walls of text lore bits. if it's
I want a combination.
yeah.
Give me a happy middle ground. That's
As
like, that's
long
what I was
as
saying
it's
with
not
Sekiro.
constant.
Yeah.
Yeah. If most of the gameplay is still more simplified and I'm just enjoying it, then every once in a while I could take a wall of text. That doesn't sound too bad.
Absolutely. Yeah, especially if I can read it in an epic voice. Which what I could do in Lines of P. Yeah, it was that's good in that sense. All right, so that's games.
Yeah. We're flying through things today.
I'm trying to think if I had anything else like I especially wanted to talk to you about, but like I don't know. I feel like it's just been forever since we've caught up that just like existing in each other's like.
It's like hanging out is nice. Honestly, my brain has gone burr all week, so now I'm just sort of like, yes, just hang out with friends.
Perfect. Oh, how about this? Conventions. Obviously TwitchCon just happened, but we're starting to think about like new conventions for the future. Do you plan on going to Offkai again?
Yes.
Perfect. There
it
we go.
was so fun. Oh my god, I freaking loved Offkai. That was probably the most fun that I've had in a convention in like the last decade.
I definitely want to go back because what I did get to experience of Offkai, I had a ton of fun with, but I got pulled around a lot, unfortunately, that made it so I was unable to experience things all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I did too, but honestly, that was part of the fun of it for me because like just being able to go out and like be professional and like do cool things and like go to parties and do networking and stuff like that. That's like the first time I've ever experienced something like that.
I want to do that more so because I think the times that I did go out, it felt like I was tagging along is kind of like the right way of putting it. I mean, like I had fun the times that I did get to go vibe. I mean, like you and I hung out at a couple parties, so
yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, good times.
Took some pictures.
Any other
chill?
Any other conventions maybe that you're thinking of?
Not right now.
Offkai,
unfortunately, yeah. I mean, Offkai is the one that I can kind of drive to. Most other cons are a little bit rougher right now because recession things.
Sure. No, listen, makes sense to me. Makes sense to me. Trust me, you're preaching to the choir. I was gonna say TwitchCon, while it did not bleed me dry because I saved up for it and everything like that, Vegas sucked. I did not like Vegas. Listen. Vegas as a city, I'm sure like if it wasn't during like a massive event or anything like that, I'm sure it would have been a lot better to get around. But like because like there were like 4 events happening at the same time, Ubers were terrible, everything was super expensive.
Wait, what else was happening?
There was like an F1 racing thing, so a lot of streets were closed for it, which made Uber driving ridiculously inaccessible and ridiculously expensive and ridiculous long wait times and drive times.
Oh my god!
Of just sitting in traffic. There was a concert. There was a concert as well. I think it was called When We Were Young, which is like Warped Tour, if you're familiar with that. Yeah, When We Were Young Concert Festival. And I think there was like an NSFW convention as well.
Really?
But I only heard about it in passing. I cannot remember the name of it. It could have just been a joke too, but I know those two and TwitchCon at minimum were happening.
Oh my god.
So it was very much it was rough.
Getting around during Anime Expo was already rough, but that sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, honestly. I think in the future I'd honestly like if I go to something like TwitchCon again and it was like in San Diego again, because I think it was San Diego, right?
Yeah,
I think so. I would probably just get like my like big meals from like the hotel that I'm staying in or something like that.
Honestly though, that's kind of my plan with Offkai. Dude, did you have any of the hotel food at Offkai?
I think I had a burger because I was hanging out with Kumo and I made a comment about like, man, I could use a break soon, and they were like, yeah, you ready to get some like food? We gotta like get you. And I was like, oh, and I literally looked at Kumo and I went, oh shit, I forgot to eat today. And it was like 5 or 6 p.m.
Oh no.
So, like, I literally hadn't eaten the entire day and Kumo was yelling at me. So yes, that is when I finally experienced food.
Me every day. I haven't etten today yet. I was gonna have a snack, but I just got coffee.
Didn't either. Oh no! All I got is coffee.
Oh no! We're both fucked. We're gonna be so hyper all day.
No, coffee doesn't hit me like that. I just like the taste.
Okay, fair. Understand.
I'm too tainted. I'm too corrupted by the coffee.
My stomach just growled.
That's why my hair changed color from pink to brown.
Oh, understandable.
Yeah, that's my unofficial official lore. I drank so much coffee, I changed my hair color.
Speaking of cons, did you ever do any cosplay stuff?
Back in the day, I did. Before I was a VTuber, I used
Me
to do dress up as a Power Ranger. So.
A Power
That was
Ranger?
fun. Yeah. I still have a couple pictures. Let me see if I can find them. I know I only have like 2 of them, and you can show these on screen because my face isn't.
Yeah, because you're in full Power Ranger. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find them.
I used to be in a bunch of different fandom. Okay, so before VTubing, I was part of like probably every big stupid Tumblr fandom for millennials. So I mean, my least proud one is that I was part of the Hitalia fandom. Then there was and then there was the Homestuck fandom, and also bronies.
Holy crap! I had to like process that for a second. You hit like the 3 like toxic fandoms.
Yeah, and I was in all of them.
Oh my goodness gracious! What happened?
It was a time in my life. I actually don't regret the Homestuck fandom one. The Homestuck fandom was probably one of the more toxic fandoms that existed, and yet I met most of my like really good friends that I still have now from there. And then also the people that I was hanging out with at the cons weren't the toxic ones. It was actually
there you go.
Yeah, like there was one of my friends that was in the Homestuck fandom who I think I told this last time on Memory League too, but one of my friends in the Homestuck fandom actually like went out of his way to be like, hey, I am worried about people that go to conventions because they just don't eat enough. They haven't eaten all day. So I need to feed them. So he went, he ran off to McDonald's and he bought like 200 chicken nugget meals or something.
I love that.
And he walked them back in boxes with like every kind of sauce available, and he just started handing them out to people.
I love that. That's amazing.
Yeah. Also, here, you guys, you can look at Power Ranger pics. Look at this.
So yeah, that was me doing gold Zeo. I don't have the right undersuit because it didn't fit, and the company that I got this cosplay from sucked. I will never work with them again after this. The helmet's cracked too, and luckily you can't see it in the picture.
Luckily, yeah. It
was a nightmare working with them.
Super cool though. It looks really neat. You did.
So that's a gold Zeo.
You did way better cosplay than I ever did.
And then there's me with Johnny Young Bosch, and I'm in the Black Ranger cosplay on the left. Johnny Young Bosch is the actor that played Adam in Power Rangers. You probably better know him for like Ichigo in Bleach, or Vash in Trigun, or Nero in Devil May Cry, because that's the recent stuff he did. But I knew him as Adam in Power Rangers.
You say recent stuff he did?
Yes, because he's Ichigo in Bleach 1000-Year Blood War,
and
he's Vash in Trigun Stampede.
Oh, and the new, oh my god.
Yeah, he reprised his roles. That's why I said you probably better know him for his recent roles. And that's why I was.
That feels so weird. What timeline are we even living in? Listen, they brought back freaking Vash the Stampede. They're doing a Bleach movie. They redid Fruits Basket.
Yeah. I mean, he's Lelouch in Code Geass. He's Yang in Street Fighter.
God,
like I said, Nero
Code
in Devil May
Geass.
Cry. There you go.
God, I want more Code Geass content.
I know Crunchyroll just announced like a $600 Blu-ray collector's edition of Code Geass, and it has like all the seasons and the movies and Akito.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they went crazy with it.
Akito was interesting. It wasn't exactly what I expected.
It.
Yeah, I don't.
Like,
I think I finished it, but it didn't feel like Code Geass, so I don't think I kept it in my memory. It was just sort of like, okay, well, I watched that.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Also, this is a random thing that I just remembered, but it's the perfect show for it anyways.
Hey.
One of my friends in the cosplay community was actually like the assistant for Dante Basco for like a long time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I never met him face to face. I only ever saw him from a distance, but distantly related to someone who knew Dante Basco. So that's neat.
There you go.
That's neat.
There you go.
Yeah, Zuko. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And Rufio.
Yep.
Rufio.
I kind of wish he also had more work that was more recent, because I don't think he's been doing too much in recent years.
He did something recently, didn't he?
He did do something, I think. Let's see. Him as Zuko is so iconic, though. He's been in some movies lately, but nothing super big. He was in the Robot Chicken series? Damn.
Apparently, at some point.
In the Monster Hunter movie? Do you ever watch the Monster Hunter movie?
No.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Absolutely not. No shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could have sworn he was in like a game recently or like an anime, but I guess not. Maybe I
thought so too.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, have you heard his early slam poetry? No, he did slam poetry? What the heck?
Slam poetry.
Wait, when are we gonna get a VTuber that does slam poetry?
Oh my god, that'll be funny. I think that would be funny.
Oh god. But yeah, no, I did I was in a bunch of fandom things. I did like a brony cosplay. I cosplayed as Rarity.
Ooh.
I did a bunch of Homestuck cosplays, so I was one of the gray people that was wandering around that everybody hated. Though I knew how to seal my paint properly.
Sure.
A bunch of them didn't, and actually Anime LA was one of the larger conventions around the time, and the Homestuck fandom made it so that they refused access to the pool to any cosplayers.
I mean, like, I understand, like, yeah, don't ruin the pool, you know?
No, one year they went into the pool and there was like a bunch of people who kept going to like the hot tub area and stuff like that with their paint on.
Ooh. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yup.
Yeah.
Yup. So that was an experience. But no, actually a bunch of the Homestuck pictures that you see, the Homestuck cosplaying pictures that you see online were either taken by me or have me in them somewhere secretly.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them were from the same huge Homestuck meetup that happened at Anime Expo. And I was one of the people that was helping to organize it.
Makes sense.
Yeah, the paint in the pool.
Oh god. Can't even
well,
that would have been a nightmare.
I think I'm out of stuff to talk about. Just I'm just chilling at this point.
Yeah, big chilling.
It's been a long week. But let me go ahead and shill the concert really quickly, and then we'll talk about you a little bit more, eh?
Sure. Whenever you like to do.
All right, just for you guys, I have this little advertisement that was made by Honey, actually. Honey put it together. She did it very short notice, and it looks great. Honestly, Honey has gotten really good at editing recently. So here you go. Enjoy a quick little concert thing. And that is tonight's, but before we talk about that, have you guys taken a look at this bunny? Objectively, this is the best bunny that you've ever laid eyes upon. He probably smells like coffee, and everybody loves coffee, but please don't smell the bunny unless he sells that. That's okay. Like, you know,
my chat does entirely. White sniffers all day long because I take a shower apparently, so they're like, oh my god.
You shower?
Yeah.
In this day and age?
Often.
Oh my god. That's impossible. You're a VTuber. Aren't we all like sweaty men behind the keyboards? Like,
I mean, sometimes I am.
Okay, fair. Okay, if it's sometimes, then that's fine. All right, would you like to talk about yourself, Mr. Bunny?
Sure. Hi, everybody. My name's Roy. I'm a bunny host VTuber. I specialize in voice acting. I'm bringing on a lot of other content creators to my stream and setting, either in talk show or cafe setting, where we talk about various content creation related topics, or do various goofy, silly things like You Laugh, You Lose with kazoos, fighting game smasher basses, or sometimes even cooking, where the other person has to control me Ratatouille style and tell me the entire recipe. Otherwise, I have no idea what I'm making. So, hey, if you enjoy that kind of thing, yeah, I did that with Shia where I had no idea what I was baking. So he didn't actually control me, but I had no idea what I was making, and he just kept reading the recipe for me.
Oh God, wait, I remember that one clip with you and Papa Mutt.
That was a while ago. That was back in my old apartment.
Yeah.
That was fun. No, so we do stuff like that, and yeah, we later turned it into clips and content for other platforms like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and so on. So if you're interested in hanging with the bun, come check me out.
Yeah.
Kyoto on every platform.
Yeah. I have a lovely batch of links here for you guys if you would like to check out Roy. And also be sure to check out his YouTube because like he said, he does a lot of edited content that gets put up on his YouTube as well as his streams over on Twitch. So you can watch both. You can see him do edited stuff and also be a cute live bunny for you.
Yeah. I do both.
Yeah, he does it all.
I do. Absolutely.
And thank you for hanging out with me today, Roy.
Of course. Thank you for inviting me. I'm glad we finally got to catch up a little bit more and do some stuff together.
Yeah, for you guys that may not know, I mostly started this show because I was like, I want to do like a talk show thing. I want to hang out with my friends and stuff, but like, I don't really want to do the same thing as everybody else has done. Everybody's usually doing like the cafe thing. They're all talking about VTubing all the time. I want to talk about people's hobbies. I want to learn more about them. I want to know things about them. I didn't know you did parkour. This is new.
There you go.
Or cosplay, actually.
Yeah, a lot of people don't, because usually like they'll be like, well, how did you get started in content creation? And like those kind of questions, or like, why did you want to become a VTuber? Or like, well, who are your favorite VTubers? They're never like, well, what did you do? What
did you like to do? Yeah, what kind of stuff did you used to do? What kind of person are you? Yeah.
Now you know.
Yeah. Bunnies be good at parkour. They got the bouncing. Okay, fair. Wait, is that why you're a bunny? Be honest with me.
No. Reason I'm a bunny, it's such a dumb reason too.
Oh.
When I first got into VTubing, I literally went, oh, I have to pick like an animal to have like ears like I just assumed because that's what I saw.
Really?
Yeah, so
Oh my
so I
God.
assumed that, and I was looking at everybody else, and I was like, well, dog is taken, cat is taken, because I was kind of thinking tiger initially. And I think I had just seen like another tiger VTuber, and I was like, I just won't do tiger, like whatever, like there's probably plenty of them. And I was like, oh, I'm not really seeing any bunnies. Like let me do bunny. And
How
then
did
like
you miss all the bunnies somehow?
the week after I did that, I met Shia and Cotton, and now I'm good friends with both of them. So
Of course.
It's kind of funny.
Of course.
Yeah.
Wait, really? That's it though? You were just like, I have to pick an animal.
Yeah, I mean, like I like aesthetic of bunnies. Like bunny suits are really cute.
Bunny suits are cute. It's true.
I like the I don't know, like the random TikToks you'll see of like bunnies eating things or like thumping angrily.
I like you as a bunny. I think you're a good bunny.
Thank you. I actually said this on Joel's stream. I don't like rabbits IRL like as pets because they're like they smell really bad. They eat everything. They're really hard to take care of consistently. So it's like, oh. So I said that on Joel's stream, and it got clipped out of context, and everyone was like, "You're a traitor!" Like all these other things, you know. Yeah, I'm just using rabbits for clout.
Okay, well, actually, hold on. I have to tell you guys the unfortunate thing. You see my ears? I found out recently that I was slowly drawing my ears closer and closer to llama ears.
Oh.
I've been telling people the whole time, I'm not a llama, I'm an alpaca, and I've been like screaming at the top of my lungs, like, no, I'm not a llama. But this whole time, I've actually had llama ears, apparently.
Wow. Well, you know what the easy solution to that is?
Yeah.
You should take away the ears.
True, so true. Except if I take away my ears, then I become bald.
Oh.
At the same time.
Well, don't do that. Yeah, not so late into the stream now.
No. I can't show them. I can't show them my oiled up, my slick, smooth.
The smooth bald head. Oh my God.
No. I'm not shaving myself. Listen, it's too cold to shave. Too cold.
It's starting to get a little chilly. Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't want to hold you here forever, so I think we should probably head out. But thank you guys so much for joining us today, and I hope you guys had fun. I had fun. I love hanging out with my friends.
I had fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me. Yeah.
And I'll see you guys. Actually, later tonight, I'm going to go ahead and raid into the concert stream, which is going to be happening here on YouTube. The concert is happening on the Kawa Entertainment channel, so we're actually streaming something on that channel for once.
Hell yeah.
And it's gonna have Mie, Honey, Sunny, and Pia all in it, and they're all gonna be in 3D, and they're all gonna be using their like Makopi stuff, and it'll be great. And they worked really hard on it, so please watch.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah, and check out our voice packs if you guys are interested. On the merch page on Kawa Entertainment.
Packs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys later.